Welcome to the Industrial Talk Podcast with Scott McKenzie. Scott is a passionate industry professional dedicated to transferring cutting-edge, industry-focused innovations and trends while highlighting the men and women who keep the world moving. So put on your hard hat, grab your work boots, and let's go.
All right, once again, welcome to Industrial Talk. Thank you very much for joining a platform that is dedicated to industrial professionals all around the world. Because you are bold, brave, you dare greatly. You innovate, you collaborate, you solve problems. We celebrate you on Industrial Talk, and it is a platform that is ever expanding. So here's the shameless plug. Go out to industrialtalk.com. Click on a thing. It's a button, and it says, let's talk. You need to amplify your voice. You need to be able to sort of communicate why you are an incredible professionals. In the hot seat, we have a gentleman by the name of Vince Marino. Did I get that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Empowering pumps. And this is an impromptu conversation.
Absolutely.
So let's get a cracking. Having a good conference, Vince?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm a big fan.
Oh, shut the front door. What the heck,
I've
man?
listened to some of your stuff, and I like it.
What the heck, man?
And I even reached out to you because I wanted to meet you.
Blush.
Go ahead,
Absolute
blush. It's okay.
blush.
It's all right.
It's pretty cool, the conference. You haven't, have you been walking around? I haven't been walking around.
Well, I just flew in, and my arms are
So tired. Hey, ba-dum, boom.
yeah.
Oh, hold it, just 1 second.
Yeah, but I'm bummed.
Here, let's see. Just 1 second. No, that's a mess. Here, right off the bat, don't go beyond your capabilities.
Right.
Stay in your lane. There is one that says kaduntish.
Yeah.
But I can't find it.
They always say children and software, they never work when you want them to. Never work. And animals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
very good.
Yeah.
So for the listeners out there, let's get a little background on who you are.
Okay. Well, my name is Vince Marino, and I'm with Empowering Pumps and Equipment. We're a digital media marketing company. Now, the name fools some people because they think we're just pumps, but we handle all kinds of industries: pumps, motors, valves,
You're here.
seals. I know, that's why I'm here. And what we do is we help to amplify their voice to our followers. We got about 60,000 subscribers worldwide. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun. So I get to meet new people, convince them to use our resources that we have, and we got a ton of them.
How long have you been with them?
3 years.
3 years.
And, but in the industry, I've been for, combined about 12 years.
Yeah.
Been with all the major pubs in the pump industry and in various capacities. So I've been around, but I just like this vibe because it's all digital. It's all digital. We don't do any print. The only thing we do print is our media kit like this.
Look at that. You have you're legit.
Yeah, we got some information.
Shut the front.
Yeah.
Charlie on there.
Charlie's in there, Charlie's doing everything. Charlie's the CEO.
Yeah, that's right.
Right now, she's at AHR. A little shameless plug for AHR out of Chicago.
What's that?
It's a heating and air conditioning and vacuum type trade show. So there's another show in Chicago
Right now.
as we speak.
Well, this one was easy for me to get to. I just live across the lake.
Yeah.
So we just drove on in.
Mandeville?
Yeah. Mandeville.
Yeah.
So-
I know that area.
Yeah.
I used to stop at that was Man Shack. Little place to get oysters, Bienville and all that down there. Yeah, I know.
In Man Shack?
Yeah, right off the interstate, underneath it. It's just a
Yeah,
little
that's
shack.
by Man Shack, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Midden Dwarfs.
Midden Dwarfs, that's it. Oh my God. Yeah, a little shameless plug for Midden Dwarfs. You guys rock. Are they still here? Are they still?
yeah.
Oh, good.
Thin catfish?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all in.
Yeah. Beautiful. So, originally born in Beaumont, Texas, so that makes me an unofficial Louisianan, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty much right on the border.
Right.
Next stop, Lake Charles.
There you go.
So let me ask you this question. This is always I'm so passionate about industry, and I believe that industry as a whole has to really amplify their voice. I mean, you're solving problems, you're these solutions that are out there, but for whatever reason, sometimes it's hard. Take us through a situation where a company approaches you and has said, "Hey, we really want." How do you begin that journey? Because normally, there are individuals that are not comfortable with that.
Right, and they have to get comfortable real quick, because what I do is help. We don't say it in so many words, but what we're trying to do is help people make a lot more money, a lot more sales.
Yes.
I mean, that's what marketing and advertising really is. It's everywhere, and it's there for a reason, and it's there because it works. I coined a phrase about a dozen years ago. Repetition is the mother of retention. Okay? Now, back in the day, people said, necessity is the mother of invention. I say repetition is the mother of retention.
Explain. Yes, go for that. Take us through that.
Right. Well, again, my name is Vince Marino. I just said it again.
And again.
And you'll retain it after a while,
That's right?
So repetition.
I wrote it down.
So the engagement is like this. I'll give you two scenarios. A small company that has a service area in Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, maybe a little bit of Louisiana. So they want to get their name out, but only in that area. So we can create a digital ad campaign that's geo-targeted to that area.
Yeah.
That's one small example. That's happening right now on empoweringpumps.com. And a larger version of that is here's a great company. I love these people. It's KSB. They did a cover story with us a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And a cover story consists of an inside front cover and 4 full pages.
But that's a print.
Right,
so
right. I had to print it to bring it around.
Got it.
But it's digital.
Right.
But the point I'm making is they have a much broader stroke. They're worldwide, huge German pump manufacturer, and they have KSB Americas and so forth. It's a great company. So two different needs. There's people that want to talk about, a small area that they want to focus and try to drive traffic to them so they can make more sales. And then there's other folks that want to have more of a blanket coverage. They want their company to be top of mind continuously.
There's a recognition. The brand recognition.
Brand recognition is huge. So what's the best way to do that? You cover it with a broad stroke, like a cover of a magazine, a 4-page article. And again, we're 100% digital. The magazine is digital, and honestly, I've made the leap from print to digital. It's really not that bad.
Oh, it's. Of course, I'm all digital, because the thought of printing something out is I'd rather gouge my eyes out.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
And really, that's not how we consume our information. I don't.
Can't. Today, I ask people. I say, hey, what's the first thing you do when you wake up? And if it's not picking up the phone, you're lying to me.
Yeah, exactly.
They look at their phone.
I walk out to the front and get the paper.
Yeah. Or turn on stale news. No offense to cable TV and all that, but the news is it's a package. That's what they're selling. They're packaging, and it's pre-established, and it's yesterday's mishmash that you are looking at today and considering it news. News is real-time information, like this right now. It's happening.
Yeah,
we're here at PowerGen.
But you expect that. I'm not going to lollygag. I call that the Amazon effect, because when I want something, I go and get it on Amazon, and then Amazon delivers it. If it's 3 days, what? No, and the drive is the compression of that, right? The same thing with information. If I want information, which it's out there, I'm going to get it.
Exactly.
There's nothing in my way. There's no friction that's preventing me from doing that.
Right. So Empowering Pumps has been around for a dozen years now. And we've got quite a following. Like I said, about 60,000 opt-in subscribers. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's worldwide. And so, for example, if an engineer has an issue with a seal, right, they want to understand seals. And I'm not talking about
mechanical seals.
So, guy comes onto our website, he can very quickly Google and get a dozen or more stories or white papers or case studies about the efficacy of various seals.
Yeah.
So it's not Amazon, but it's a small repository of data that can help people, and that's what we want. The goal here, and again, I know it may sound corny, but if I can't help you, I don't want to do this job. If I can help you, I want to do the job. And that's exactly what I do.
But don't you think that there's a perception? The perception is that some of this is difficult. Is there a trust component too? You know, what is it? You know, mirrors and just magic, or is this stuff real tactical in its nature?
No, it is tactical. Like I said, we can geo-target a particular area, so advertising appears on your phone, on your laptop, via email and so forth. It can be targeted. It can even be targeted around a trade show. For example, you can do a digital ad campaign around a trade show. So as people are walking towards it, you have a 3-mile radius that says, hey, come by booth 187 and we're giving away free pie, right?
Yeah, so I'm there.
Yeah, me too. So there you go. So and there is no 187 and there's no free pie.
Yeah. No, you can only wish.
Exactly.
But it is. And it's, from what I understand, it's painless in a sense. There's not. You have individuals such as yourself in Empowering Pumps. They'll do the heavy lifting, but it's still doable. It's not some magic and mirrors or something. It's doable.
Yeah, it's absolutely doable, and we deliver the results, and then we supply the purchasing client with a full report, number of impressions, number of clicks. I mean, you can't make that stuff up. You can put something in print, and I'm Catholic. Make the sign of the cross and hope that people see it. But if you do something digital, there's data that can be captured that says this many people saw your advertising, this many people read your article. How do
you drive down to ROI? So if I spend $1,000 here, I want over $1,000 on the other side.
Right, and that's where that is I guess you could say, somewhat of a trust, because if I gave 135,000 impressions and 1,300 clicks, it's incumbent to you, the consumer that buys the ad campaign, to go, okay, did we have a spike in activity? Was there inbound calls? And it's up to them to garner, where did this lead come from? I mean, I can't hand deliver that, but you can certainly chart. If we're flatlining and then all of a sudden we do an ad campaign, the phones ring more, we have a 5% increase in revenue, then you can easily equate it. I can tell you that people will see it, and we'll give the report, people will click on it, we'll give that report, and then it's up to you to capture it. Like, for example, I'm at the Hilton over here.
Right over there.
Yeah.
Riverfront.
So no one asked me, why did you pick this hotel? But if they had, I could have said, well, I went on kayak.com and I said, I need a hotel, and I grabbed one, you know?
Right.
So they could say, oh, kayak, it's a good tool to steer people into my business. Now, that's the problem, is people get so excited about a lead when the phone rings and they go, hey, I need a new mechanical seal. Great. What application? Chemical, water, you know? They forget, where is this coming from? And they don't want to pour water on the excitement, so they probably just don't
just roll with it.
But occasionally people do, or someone will say, hey, I read your article in Empowering Pumps. It was fascinating. I need to get one of these pumps. How do I do it? And there you go. So I think the big key here is when you have evidence of one or two, that's a representation of a very large group of people. So when you have 1,300 clicks on an ad and people are looking at it, they're not discounting it. They're wanting to know more.
It's
a great first step.
There's the intent, right? And of course, I run Google Ads as well. And what makes it beneficial for me is I'm not going to dive deep into the analytics or the the philosophy behind keywords and all of that stuff. But the reality is that there's an intent. Somebody on one end is saying, I need something.
Yes.
And they're physically doing it. There's that, and then hopefully, boom, you're right there to satisfy that intent. Now, it's up to me to close the deal or do whatever is necessary, but the recognition is that there's that intent versus some approaches where it's more just brand recognition, repetition. You have to incorporate that, whether you like it or not. You know, ABC Plumbing, keep it out there, whatever it might be. Just keep over and over, and just generate it so that it becomes, at that time, whenever that time is, somebody saying, oh, I need plumbing, ABC Plumbing. You know.
You know, I hate to bring up COVID because it's such a downer, but back in the day of COVID, everything, what a drag.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, I came on board the month that COVID hit. Right? So,
Congratulations.
February 2020, yeah. And you know, things were just like, oh no, you know. And I went to the team and I said, hey, look, while we're kind of recovering and sitting in our house and eating too much and watching TV,
yeah, I have
I got a plan. Why don't we reach out to our existing customers and invite them to a massive Zoom worldwide? We had people from Germany and Brazil and Chicago and California, and we called it the meetup. And sure enough, people that weren't able to do anything, they couldn't buy an ad to save their lives, right? But they could talk. And they got on the phone and got on the Zoom. They said, hey, Scott, how's it going over there in Louisiana?
Yeah.
I'm in Alabama. Things seem pretty good here. The weather's good. I think I'm going to go out for a walk today. I'm healthy. Are you? Yeah, you know, got a little sniffle, but I'm good.
Right.
So we had 20, 30 people on Zoom meetings, not to sell them anything, and we emphasized that. It was really more of like, how's it going? We just want to stay connected during this very odd time. And I got to tell you something, you know, good deeds sometimes get noticed, and I think it was a launch pad for more opportunities to sell and engage in conversations, to sell advertising our services later on.
Yeah, it's good business.
Yeah.
It's good business to be able to be a good neighbor.
Yeah,
and I agree with that 100%. And
so I learned a lot, and I think giving on the front end sometimes pays big dividends.
It's all boring if you didn't do that. You know, I mean, that's just.
Well, what's boring is you don't have any scotch or whiskey. I mean, I thought this was like Joe
I'm cheap.
Rogan.
I'm Scottish.
Where's the stuff?
I'm Scottish.
I need a drink.
No, I have a client here that they plan to provide some stuff, and it's in shipment. So it's in transit. And they're a logistics company.
That's don't mention them right now.
but no, I agree with you 100%. I should have more, but again,
I could just see us swigging on a little scotch.
Yeah. So, how do you encourage a prospect, a company, just to how do you bring them in and just say, hey, just give it a shot?
Okay. Well, first of all, it takes repetition.
There it is again. That's the Vince.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Repetition.
How often do you go to the first place and buy a product? Don't you kind of do some research and look, and you start to see it more often, and before you know it, you think, you know, my neighbor's got one, I need it. So
that's true.
You got to build credibility and respect, and that's repetition. You have to talk to people more than once to get their attention. Now, I've had a few people that I've hit them right between the eyes with, you know what, I could help you a lot. You're sending me an e-blast, and I am not going to buy your product, but I have access to 60, 70,000 people that need to know about your product. And I've had people say, you know what, you're right. We've been swimming in our own fishbowl
Yeah.
too long. We need to get out of it. You can only advertise so much in your own environment, and then here's a good Baptist example, right? I've been to the Baptist church.
Yeah.
They're continuously inviting people down to accept the Lord.
Right.
And after a while, if it's the same 500 people, that's all you're not going outside, right?
Yeah.
So I encourage people that are trying to get to me to buy their product to say, wait a minute, you need us to get out and get outside of that fishbowl, if you will.
I'm a big fan of incrementalism.
Tell me about incrementalism.
If you don't want to take a full dive into it, try something. Change it up. Have a conversation around something that might be small. Prove it out. Experience it. Dip your toe in it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's just, you don't have to be a big bang. And then all of a sudden, maybe it turns into something a little larger and then a little bit more success. And you get to see it, and then you learn, and then you grow, and then you adapt. And you didn't get here because you were timid, but you probably just sort of gone, let me check this out. Let me try this. I mean, the same thing for me.
Get out there and break some eggs. You'll
that's
never
right.
make an
Just do
omelet
a little
without
bit.
it.
Just say that. All right. How do people get a hold of you then, my friend?
205-310-2491 is my mobile number, or Vince at empoweringpumps.com. 205-310-2491 or Vince at empoweringpumps.com.
All right. We're going to have all the contact information for Vince out on Industrial Talk, his email, I got it here. See? Right there. I got his business card, and you're going to have his business card, and you need to reach out to Vince and talk to him about how you can make a splash and amplify your voice. All right, we're going to be wrapping it up on the other side. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Thanks.
You're listening to the Industrial Talk Podcast Network.
Yeah. Vince Marino, a must-connect chap. You need to connect with him. Massive skills. Massive insights. You want to be successful? Yep. That's your to-do list right there. Connect with Vince. His contact, his stack cart, everything out on Industrial Talk. So do it. Do it for you. That's a must connect. All right, we're building a platform. Industrial Talk. You have a podcast. You are thinking about a podcast. You want to amplify that podcast and get some attention to it, and then hopefully bring in opportunities. You need to put it out on Industrial Talk. You know how easy that is? You connect with me. You go out to Industrial Talk. You click. You say, Scott, let's talk. There it is. You talk to me. Do it. Make it happen. But if you also have any technology you want to amplify, same thing. Industrial Talk. You get the process. Be bold, be brave, dare greatly. Hang out with Vince. Change the world. We're going to have another great conversation shortly.